Hey guys, it's Irfan again. I'm doing some work on the bike, 1978 Honda CB125S. The exhaust pipe gasket is worn on the bike, so I had to get a new gasket for it. Now, one of these costs $6.99 on eBay. So I shopped around and I found out that I could get 4 of the gaskets plus 8 of these small acorn nuts for $10.88. So it's a better deal plus free shipping. So I went ahead and I ordered the whole kit, the whole package, even though I just needed one of the gaskets and I don't need any of these, but for future maybe I'll be able to use these for some project. Okay, and I have them already and it was a pretty good deal. So I'm going to go ahead and take you over by the bike in a short while and show you how I put this in. So I'm going to pause here and meet you back in a short while. Now here's what we got so far. I went ahead, I had already taken off the slip-on, the muffler and the pipe because I didn't know how much work I would have to do. So this here, what I did that I didn't have to do was I took off this clamp. There was no need to take this clamp off. When this exhaust pipe is in here, there are 2 nuts. These 2 here, these are 10 millimeter and they go on here. And these 2 clamps, this and this, you see these 2 clamps, they go in here. Now when I fit it back up, you'll see how everything goes together. One on this side, one on this side. Like I said before, if you're going to be doing this job, it should just take you about a half an hour. But it's taken me like 2 hours now because, first of all, I didn't know. The easy way to do it was to just take these 2 bolts off. These 2 bolts from where the muffler is mounted on the frame, there and there. And then when you take those 2 bolts off, this whole thing comes off. Now it took me a lot longer because as I had this out already, I decided to go ahead and clean up this pipe. It was all messed up, had some rust on it and some baked on plastic. So I water sanded it and I polished it. The polish I use that goes back to the 1970s is this here, Autosol. This is what the guys used to use on their bikes when I was a kid growing up back in the 70s. And I searched and I searched and I searched and I found it on eBay and I bought a whole package of them. This is the best for polishing your chrome on your bike. Nothing compares to it. And as you can see, the pipe is really nice and smooth and clean now for something that's over 40 years old. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you the new gasket. If you look closely at the new gasket, you see this part here is rounded and this part is flat. Let's see if I can give you a good view here. One where my thumb is, it's round, and on the other side it's flat. Now there's only one way for it to go in here. Get my light for you. If you notice, inside here where the gasket is going to fit, there's a ridge. I'll try to show you with a screwdriver. Give me a minute. Inside here is a ridge. See, it's rounded. It's like an indentation. So that's where the round part goes and the flat part stays outside. So the gasket goes in here with the round part towards the inside, and the flat part is out there. So I'm going to go ahead and pause now while I just put everything back in and tighten it up. So give me a minute. Yeah, one thing I forgot to tell you is there's a clamp here that goes inside of this pipe, then it moves up and holds in these two half clamps, and this goes on here. Hold on a minute, I've got to get a good focus for you. This goes on here like this, and this whole thing, when it's screwed on, it holds the exhaust pipe in place. So I'm going to pause again and get everything set up. Oh, one more thing. This here was the old gasket, all broken up into small pieces. So to get this pipe in, you've got to slip it in through where the brake pedal is, and then you could turn it up to the up position, right? So slip it in through the brake pedal. It's got to be above the brake pedal. This pipe has to be above the brake pedal. All right, pause again. So I've got the gasket in there. You could see that copper, right? What I did to help me out, I went ahead and I caught these two bolts for the muffler, one on the forward, one on the rear, to help keep this in place and stabilize this. Now you notice I put in my flange here before I started doing that. Now all I've got to do is bring this up and then put in the two nuts, top and bottom. Give me a minute. Alright guys, I'm back again. It was really tough, I'll tell you that. It's just a little bit of work, but heck, so tough. Anyhow, I got it done. I'm thankful for that. See if I can get my flashlight here and show you guys. You could see that's the flange. The top nut and the bottom nut is there. Let me see if I could show you. Inside of here there's a stop. There's a part where it wouldn't go anymore, so you can't screw it in anymore. Anyhow, let me see what else I could show you. So everything is stable now. This used to be rattling a lot. These two bolts down here, man, it was so difficult for me to get them in. Really, if you got to do a job like this, you'll need an extra hand, or else it'll be a struggle. So everything is back in now, nice and tight. Hope this was of some help to you. If you got to do this on your bike, I'll give you a little recap. You got to take off these two nuts here, get this flange out. On the bottom here, don't take this clamp off. No, you don't need to. You'll need to slacken and take off these two bolts that hold the muffler to the frame. And then this whole assembly is going to come out. When it comes out, you'll get access to the gasket in there. You can put in your new gasket, put this back in. What I had to do, the gasket kept falling out because of the lean. I used a little bit of glue on it to keep it from falling out, just to stick it. That glue is not going to be any problem, right? So that's it, guys. A new gasket for the muffler, for the exhaust pipe, and everything else as is. Thank you very much for watching. It took a while, but it was, you could see I'm all dirty now. All my hands are all dirty. That's why motorcycle mechanics make $95 an hour. All right, over and out. Thank you very much for watching. You can leave your comments, like, share, subscribe, all of that. Once again, 1978 Honda CB125S. Put on a new gasket on the exhaust manifold pipe. Bye now.